next up we've got Lindsay Oliver.
Okay? Yeah. Skin tight. I find I no longer fit in your discarded skin. It's too tightly drawn for me to walk within, to make a fist, to clench, to strike, to grip, to breathe. I fear my bones might break, sinews snap, tendons rip. The time has come for me to slough it off, to free myself from its unasked for clutch. I no longer fit within your too tight skin. I must rend it, shed it, let it drop. An illegitimate grief. He left on a Friday, the 11th day, the 11th month, our armistice signed, our pact complete, the day he took his leave. He took his college journals, the rainbow scarf, a shelf full of books, his prep school leather sweater, and left an illegitimate grief. It's a shameful thing to love a violent man, more shameful still to grieve his going, take time to mourn an unacknowledged loss. He woke me in the night to shout at me for some imagined slight. He kicked the dog down the basement steps, left bruises on my arms. I never read his college journals, seldom wore the rainbow scarf, darned his leather sweater, and denied the constancy of my fear. I tried to leave so many times, but decided instead to stay and calculate raw probabilities of death and of dying. It seems so foolish now, absurd, that the chance he'd kill my children, if I left, was stacked against the odds that I would die should I stay. I'm well rid, better off without, my father, brothers, friends proclaim. I agree, and I alone am burdened by this illegitimate grief. So a few years ago, a magazine had a issue on feminist poets, and I thought, oh great, I write poetry, I'm a feminist, I'll submit. But then I read their criteria. How to be a feminist poet. 1, be a feminist. 2, write a poem. Not as simple as that. No, there is a third, secret step. 3, use your poem to advocate for women's rights. And a 4th, advocate often. If advocating means activism, if activism means being active, if advocating often means being active often, I am not a feminist poet. I cannot. Active, I cannot often. My hands are too full of pushrooms and cane handles to carry this cap. I can't afford the luxury of activism, of advocating, when I can only go out twice a week and then have to spend the next day in bed, when a venue listed as wheelchair accessible has no disabled toilet. I am likewise ineligible for membership of the Dead Poets Society Ladies Auxiliary Division. I'm not dead yet. I will, I know, die before my time. A reduction of 5 to 10 years, I've been promised. A small loss, according to the NHS. My early death alone is insufficient to expedite my application. I'm not letting this go, not when my last relapse left me unable to write more than 140 40 characters in one go for months on end. Tweet, tweet. I am a feminist. I am a poet. I'm holding a card. Do you need me to show it? Okay, I've got one more. This fear you'll never understand until you stood in that hall, pushed up against that wall, and wondered, is today the day I die? This fear isn't something I can make disappear with 9 essential tips or a meditative stance like some irrational phobic response to spiders or yachts or ice cream or pots. This fear is not a feeling you can understand unless you've looked at that bruise and being forced to choose exactly what to say. This fear isn't something I can master by visualizing hypothetical chains break apart and turn into flowers or rainbows or flamethrowers or darts. This fear is not the fear of fear itself. It's the fear that greets me on the bus, in the park, on the train, in the sunshine, in the rain. This fear wakes me in the night just to remind me it is there. It waits by my bed and inside my head. It never goes away. Thank you.